Hello and welcome back. We are going to get started on our next mini project here. Now, the idea behind this project is all about event listeners. So in this mini project, what I would like you to do is create 3 input elements, and then I want them to do different things with the different event listeners. Change a background color, change a text color, and change your page font size as you type. So they should be input fields, and you should be looking at the key up event listener. And anytime someone presses a key in one of these input fields, it should execute your event listener and try to make a change on your page. Now, we basically did this in the last video where we were changing like CSS colors with event listeners as you typed. You don't need to get that advanced, but I just want you to get some hands-on experience with straight JavaScript event listeners. So go ahead and give that a shot. Try, if you can, to do it all from memory. If you can't, that's okay, but it's good to make the brain sweat a little bit. And as always, if you get stuck, you can always reference the other material. That's totally okay. No one's gonna shame you for it. And I would suggest right now that you pause this video because I'm about to fade this to black, and then I'm going to start with my solution, the way I would implement it. So go ahead, pause the video, give this a shot, and then when you're done, resume this video and you can watch my solution. It's not the perfect solution, but it's a solution. There's so many different ways to do things in programming languages like JavaScript and Python, and all these other languages, that there is no perfect way of doing it, but I'll show you my solution. So pause now and give that a shot. All right, I am going to show you my solution to mini project number 5, event listeners. First things first, we need to create 3 input elements. 1 to change the background color, 1 to change the text color, and 1 to change your page font size as you type. All of these should be as you type. So I'm gonna go into my editor, VS Code here, and first things first, I need 3 input elements. So I'm not going to make a beautiful looking page by any means. I am simply going to create a bunch of divs, labels, and inputs. So div, we're gonna have a label in here, and this label is going to be for BG color. Background color, again, this is just a regular label. And then let's go ahead and add an input in here. Form control, some basic bootstrap in there. And the ID is going to be BG color. And so that ID is going to match this for label or this for attribute in here. And if we stop and refresh our page, we'll see we've got a background color in here. Nothing's going to happen. We have not written any JavaScript yet. Now we basically want to copy this twice. Background color, text color, and font size. And this one's going to be a number. So let's change this to font size. Let's change this to text color. And what I'm going to do is something you'll see a fair amount in the wild, but instead of getting these elements by their IDs, which we definitely could, would be a very fast way of doing this, I'm going to get them by their CSS selector using a JavaScript prefix. So JS, and then BG color is going to be the first one. JS text color is the second one. And JS font size is the third one. Okay, let's refresh. And you know, it's not the greatest looking page, but it does the job. Now we need to create some query selectors. We need to grab all 3 of our input fields. So let's go ahead and create a var, a variable. And let's say BG color is going to be, I'll just move that up here. Document.query selector, and we only want the first one, so JS BG color, that matches this one here. And then in here we want text color, and this one's going to be text color. And then the third one is going to be font size, and this one is going to be font dash size. Okay, at this point in time, because we're writing some JavaScript, I'm going to right-click inspect, go over to my console, refresh, and I'm just using Firefox for this. And I see that there are no errors in here. So, for example, this would create an error. See? Reference error, ASDAS is not defined. So we didn't get any errors like that, so we can assume that things are looking good. Next, we want to change the background color, text color, and page font size as we type. So we need one more query selector in here. We need to be able to change the styles on the body. So let's go var body is equal to document.query selector, and instead of adding a CSS selector for a class, we're just going to use a regular CSS selector for the body. Now we need to add our event listeners. So let's say bgcolor.add event listener. We're going to say on key up, execute this particular function with the event inside of it. And just to make sure that this is in fact working, let's console log the event.target.value. Refresh our page, no errors. And as I type, it shows up down here. Okay, so that's looking good. That's nice and healthy. So now for the BG color, all we want to do is say body.style.background color. Remember, it's camel cased like this in JavaScript. There are no dashes in JavaScript variables, so we use camel casing. Background color is equal to event.target.value. And that's it. We don't need to return anything. We don't need to do anything fancy. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Bam! Just like that. Background color turns red as I type the word red. Now really all we have to do is copy and paste this a few times. Background color, this one's going to be text color. Add event listener on the key up. Body.style.background color. No, we want to change that to text color, which in CSS is just called color. And that's going to be event target value. And then the last one is going to be font size.add event listener. Again, key up, callback function with an event parameter in there. And we're going to say body.style.font size is equal to whatever this is. Plus we're going to concatenate maybe pixels, or if you want to do ems or rems, you could do that as well. I'm going to stick with pixels so I can use a regular number and it's not going to make this page too ridiculous, more ridiculous than it's already going to be. Let's go ahead, hit refresh. There are no errors in my JavaScript console, so let's move that down a little bit. Background color is going to be blue. Text color is going to be white. Font size is going to be 9 pixels. Maybe 9D pixels. That made it really ridiculous. Let's do something a little bigger. So we've got font size 25 pixels, text color of white, background color of blue. And this changes as we type. We can even use hex values in here as well. F00, that's red. FF0, that's yellow. Or yellow. Or aqua. And that's how we go about creating a page that will change pretty much as you type into different input fields. So altogether, we used a total of 3, 6, 9, 13 lines of JavaScript to make a completely dynamic page based on whatever the user wants. And that's all there is to this mini project.